Shalom. This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. I want to start off by saying thank you to all of our Booster Club members for your many donations and much more, your prayers. We visited faraway countries and strange lands. We've even spoken to dignitaries and were detained for spreading the glorious gospel in Cuba. The truth is that the descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel were scattered throughout the world. Help us on our journey as we continue to raise up the nation of Israel. 12 tribes worldwide. Join or donate today. Shalom.
Deuteronomy 7:6. So he said that you're royalty. And that's something that our people, we don't know. We don't know that we are the greatest people on the earth, right, because of how downgraded we've been, right? He said that you're royalty. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. Yeah. For thou art an holy people.
Thou art an holy people. Talking about the Israelites. Right. You, my sister, us, the 12 tribes of Israel. We are an holy people. Right? Read on.
Until the Lord thy God, the Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
God said he chose the Israelites, us, to be a special people to himself. That's why when we are given laws like, sister, you must wear a dress, right? That's a holy and special people. He made that for us. And guess what? Like he said earlier, everybody else is going to copy us. Every other nation is going to copy the holy people. But what happened is, we forgot our holiness. We forgot how great we were. We forgot that we are special people to God. We forgot that we were separate, right? We forgot all of that. And then we decided to downgrade ourselves now. Right. Now we decide to look on the other nations and follow them. Right. Now we do what they suggest is beauty and fashion instead of what we had already did. Was that it on that? No, sir. Read on.
The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
We are above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Bring it out.
Sister, when you wear a dress, you look royal. Right. You look like the person that God had told you to be. Right. Above all people on the earth. I don't know if you ever seen this. Is a King James Version Bible, sir. 1611 to be exact. All right. Now sister, when I don't know if you've seen, but when our sisters, when my wife or she's in a group with the other sisters is wearing dress and royalty, they turn heads. That is, everybody else is looking like, I can't believe this. Look how beautiful and royal they look, because that's what we are, and that's what we're trying to get our sisters back to. The sisters that don't know that they're royal and they're holy and they're above all nations of the earth. We're trying to get them back to that royalty that they always have been since before time. That's why we tell them, you got to put on a dress. It's going to change your spirit. Not only is it a law, but it's going to change your spirit. It's going to take the manly spirit that's placed upon our women and put them back into the effeminate woman that they're supposed to be. You understand that? That's why. Read that again.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people.
We are holy people to God. Read.
Unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people.
He chose us, the 12 tribes of Israel, to be a special people to himself. Read on.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
On top of that, we're above all people that are on the face of the earth.
That's right.
We are the rulers. That's why he said, when they see us do something, they follow us naturally. They want to be like us because they know that we are the rulers. We have forgotten. We have forgotten that. We have switched roles. But that's not how it's supposed to be. Now let's get Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 15. Now, I want to did we get Christ? Let me get Deuteronomy 28 verse 15. I'll jump back to that. Now listen, I want to tell you something. Now, he told you that you got to wear a dress. That's a commandment to God. Now here's the thing. When we decide not to do the commandments of God, and wearing the dress is not just it. There's more commandments, but when we decide not to wear those commandments, not to do those commandments, things happen to us and only us. We're going to read about it. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes which I commanded thee this day.
Now stop. God called us what earlier? A holy and special people.
That's right.
And he's given us something. He said if we, the holy and special people, did not listen to his commandments, read on.
Which I commanded thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Curses was then going to come upon us and overtake us. I'm going to pause for a second. Brother, how you doing? What's your name? People. And what we was just reading is, if the Israelites don't keep the commandments, curses was going to come upon us. You know that? Let me give you an example. Verse 16, how curses came upon us for not listening to God's commandments.
Bring it out.
Verse 16. Deuteronomy 28, verse 16.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
It said the Israelites, if we did not listen to God's commandments, we're going to be cursed in every city we went to.
Right.
Now let's think about this. When you examine the city of Little Rock, you examine the city of Memphis,
right.
Anywhere you go, who's living in the ghettos and the slums? Who is it, sir? Ma'am, who is it? Who's living in the ghettos and slums? Blacks.
Right.
We make up that. Who's getting shot down in the streets in the cities? Who is it? Blacks, right? And Hispanics as well, right? Things is happening to us in the cities that's not happening to nobody else.
Right.
Nobody else is getting killed like we getting killed. Nobody else is living in the slums, boarded up houses, trash in their neighborhoods,
right.
Drugs and prostitution. Nobody else is living like that but us.
Right.
God said if we didn't listen to the commandments, and he gave you a commandment earlier, if we didn't listen to the commandments, we were going to be cursed in our cities. We were going to be the ones that's going through it. Read that last part. Cursed in what?
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
And that's why we went through slavery.
Right.
You want to know the answers of why we was the only one to go through slavery? It's because we didn't listen to God. Slavery happened long ago, and it was prophesied that it was going to happen to us when we didn't listen to God. Chains was on our neck because we didn't listen to God. We was getting sold on auction blocks because we didn't listen to God. What else we got? Did you see this? Buck getting sold on auction blocks because we didn't listen to God. Look what they're doing to this child right here. They want to examine his teeth. Let's see if he got good teeth. Let's see what's his bone structure. Is he strong? Because we didn't listen to God. This didn't happen to nobody else. Look at our sisters. What's happening right here? These sisters doing? They picking cotton because we didn't listen to God.
That's right.
That's why these things happen to us, because we didn't listen to God. Cursed shall be what?
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
We were sent to the plantation fields. We were sent to the cotton field, to the sugarcane field, because we did not listen to God. Now let's bring it up today. Are we picking cotton today? No, we're not, right? Physically, we're not picking cotton. You may have some, but they're getting paid for it. But let's think about the work fields, sir. Let's think about our work fields. Now, they took the physical chains off. They took the not getting paid for working. They gave you a little bit of money, but let's think about it. Billion-dollar companies like Walmart, billion-dollar cotton companies, right? How come we work for them, but we get paid the lowest? How come the CEOs are nothing but white people?
Right.
How come the people that own the company are nothing but white people, and we're getting paid crumbs? So let's think about our work fields today. We're still cursed in our work fields today. Either we don't have a job, or when we do have a job, we're getting paid the lowest.
Right.
That's how we're still cursed in the fields today. You understand that, sir? You understand that, ma'am? All because of what? Why is this happening? I want to see if you remember. Why is this happening, ma'am? Because we didn't obey God's commandments. You understand that? Because the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which are the Israelites today, didn't obey God's commandments, we're going to be cursed. Now, we're going to get on the cross. Habakkuk, the idol. Now, I see a cross that's on your chest, on your necklace. Now, I showed you a sign earlier. What was they doing with that cross, ma'am, on that sign that I showed you earlier? They were forcing Christianity, another doctrine, into the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. They were forcing other doctrines, right? They were forcing, now you're going to have to serve white Jesus. Now you don't have to keep the commandments. Now you slaves, you got to obey your masters. It's justified by us whooping and beating you. That's what they did with that cross. They gave us different religions, right? Let's read that.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 18. What profiteth the graven image?
It says, what profiteth the graven image? Right there, that's an image. Now, I'm going to give you a little analogy real quick, right? Have you had somebody that died before in your family by a gun or a gunshot? What about you, sir? You had somebody that died before getting shot by a gun?
Not in my family. I had a partner.
A partner, a friend, right? Now, they use this cross to represent what? Christ, right, in his death. Do you agree? Now let's think about this. Your partner that got shot, if you wanted to remember him, would you walk around with a chain and a gun around your neck to remember your friend? Have you said you had somebody in your family shot by a gun. Would you walk around with a chain with a gun around to represent that family member that died? Now, why in the world do we use a cross to represent our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? But the cross, the thing that he died on, because there were multiple people, not just Christ, multiple people died on that cross. The cross, just like the gun, is something that they use to kill people. Today they use the execution. Today they use the electric chair or the needle. Back then, that was their way of executing people. You understand? We use guns now, right? That's our way of executing people, right? Now, you got to think about that. That does not represent Christ. Christ did not tell us to make the graven image. Christ did not tell us there's power in the cross. Christ did not give us that. The false prophets that we talked about earlier gave us that. Right. What prophet is the graven image? Read that.
That the maker thereof have graven it.
That's a maker that made that. Read on.
The molten image and a teacher of lies.
That cross is a teacher of lies. We are taught that there's some power in that. We're taught that when we get in trouble, raise that cross up and we're gonna be saved. Everything's gonna be all right. That is a what? A what?
And a teacher of lies.
A teacher of lies. Those things do not do anything for us. That is, again, the false prophets gave us that. And if you seen that sign earlier, the Southern Kingdom sign, I want to remind you. If you seen the sign earlier, hold this up, Zeke. If you see what they were doing with this cross, they were forcing you into Christianity with this cross. They used that as a symbol, right, of their religion, their new religion, Christianity. This was not of the Bible. Right. These are the Romans. They use this to persecute us, to kill us, to execute us. You understand? Is that in on that? Read on.
That the maker of his work trusteth therein to make dumb idols.
So if you read this, all these are idol gods that they were worshiping, pagan gods that we learned over time. All right? Just like that cross. It's a pagan, something that we learned over time. Put that down. Read that over again.
What?
That last part.
That the maker of his work trusteth therein.
All right. So, like I said, we hold that up and trusted it that it was going to save us. Now, let's get the one where it says cast it away. You know what I'm talking about? I'm going to show you what you need to do with that cross. I'm going to show you that is a teacher of lies. That does not represent Jesus Christ.
Right.
Read that.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 30 and verse 22. Ye shall defile also the coverings of thy graven images of silver, and the ornament of thy molten images of gold. Thou shalt cast them away.
What did he say about the graven images that we have? We should do what?
Thou shalt cast them away.
That cross is not a representation of Jesus Christ, of the Bible. It is not. He said those graven images that you have, you should cast them away. What does that mean, sister? You should throw them away. What should you do with that cross right there that's a teacher of lies? Throw it away. I want to see you take that off your neck and throw it away. Put it down. That is a teacher of lies. That doesn't represent Christ at all. That's right. You understand? That is the paganism that we all fall into. Now, I know some people, they get tattoos with the cross, all that. Now, like how I gave you the image earlier, we wouldn't get a tattoo of a gun and our partner got shot, right? We wouldn't do that. The electric chair is the same thing as that cross. It is, what should we do with it?
Thou shalt cast them away.
Drop it. You don't need it no more, sister. That is not for us. That is a teacher of lies like we got earlier. Read on.
As a minstrel's harp, thou shalt say unto it, get thee hence.
Now, you know what a minstrel is, right? Right? That is the woman's, their time. The Bible just said, he don't want you to pick that up no more. And if you got any in your house, throw it away like you would throw away your pad. You understand? That's what you're supposed to do with those graven images, those crosses. You understand? Is that it?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now let's go. Now let's teach commandments. Today is what? Today is what? What's the day of the week?
September 26th.
Saturday. Now, I want y'all to understand something. Today is a special day. Now, we may not know that. We may think, oh, it's just a regular day of the week. But to God, it is a special day to him. A special day that a lot of our people don't even know. Let's read it. The Sabbath day. Read it.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day.
God, first of all, he said, remember the Sabbath day. When you remember something, it's so you don't what? Forget. You understand? He knew that the Israelites was going to forget the Sabbath day. Remember the Sabbath day. Read on.
To keep it holy.
We must keep it holy. Read.
6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
The 7th day of the week, which is today, Saturday. Read that. 6 days what?
6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work.
6 days of the week you labor and do all your work. You work, you go make your money, you do what you got to do, right?
Right.
But read on.
But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
But Saturday, read.
In it thou shalt not do any work.
But on God's holy day that he hallowed, that he made holy, he said no working today. No working today. Now, what are we taught the Sabbath day is in our churches? On Sunday. Those are more teachers of lies. This is the imaginations we come to cast down. God didn't say that Sunday was his Sabbath day and his holy day. That's the first day of the week. The Bible doesn't say worship on Sunday. The Bible said what day was holy? David Martise, right? What day was holy? What did he just say?
Saturday.
On Saturday, the 7th day of the week. Don't you agree? That's what the Bible says. But we've been taught lies. That's why we got to come out here. That's why we got to come teach our people the truth. What the Bible actually says versus what we've been taught. You understand what I'm saying? Read on. Is that it?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get some more. Let's get some more. Now, on the Sabbath day, not only are we supposed to work, but there's other things. Not only are we not supposed to work, but there's other things that we're not supposed to do, right? That we may not have been taught. Do you know? Do you know? We're about to teach you right here. Read it.
Exodus chapter 35 and verse 3. Ye shall kindle no fire throughout your habitations upon the Sabbath day. That's it.
Give me the precept to that. It says, don't kindle no fire upon the Sabbath day throughout your habitations. Now, when you think of that, what you think that means? You're not sure? What about you, Mr. Martise? What do you think don't kindle no fire? You don't know? I'm going to show you. Read.
Exodus chapter 16 and verse 23.
Bring it out.
And he said unto them, this is that which the Lord hath said. Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath unto the Lord. Bake that which you will bake today.
Now, he said, bake that which you shall bake today. Now, when you're baking, what are you doing? When you're baking something, you put something in the oven to bake, that's called cooking. When it said don't kindle no fire, it's talking about cooking on the Sabbath day. That's why I gave you the precept to show you. You shouldn't cook on Sabbath. You understand that? That's what the Bible says. Not to cook no food on Sabbath. But listen, read that from the top. He's talking. He's on a specific day right now. Watch this. Read.
And he said unto
from the top.
Exodus chapter 16 verse 23.
Bring it out.
And he said unto them, this is that which the Lord hath said. Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath.
So what day is he on? If he said tomorrow is the Sabbath, which is Saturday, what day is he talking on right now? What day is he talking on? He said tomorrow is the Sabbath. Tomorrow.
Saturday?
Right. He's what?
Saturday.
No.
Friday?
Friday. Friday.
13 Friday, 4 Saturday.
Exactly. That's what the Bible is telling us. On Friday. He said tomorrow is the Sabbath is coming up. It's on Friday. Bake what you're going to bake today on Friday. Read.
Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath unto the Lord. Bake that which you will bake today, and seethe that which you will seethe.
So he said, bake what you're going to bake, boil what you're going to boil. Read.
Friday.
And that which remaineth over, lay up for you to be kept until the morning.
What did he say? The things that you cook? Read it over.
Lay up for you to be kept until the morning.
What did he say? He said, lay it up, meaning save some food so you can. Exactly. That's what he's saying. So now, when we that's called leftovers today. Have we?
I might do Olive Garden.
Okay.
Can buy me something?
Let me show you something. I'm glad you asked that question. He asked, can he buy him something to eat? on the Sabbath day. So now we got no working, the first thing that I brought out. No cooking, but if you're gonna cook it on Friday to save it for tomorrow, for Saturday, right? Now you asked a very, very good question. Can I buy something on the Sabbath day? Let's see what God says, all right? This is his holy day. Remember this. Read.
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 10 and verse 31.
Bring it out.
And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals on the Sabbath day to sell.
Stop. He said if the people bring you items, victuals, which means items, product, to sell to you. Like Olive Garden, they're selling you food. That's their product, right? They're open 7 days a week. That's their food. That's their product. He said if they bring you product to sell on the Sabbath day, read,
that we would not buy it of them.
David Martise, what did he say? We shouldn't do what? We should not buy it on the Sabbath. You're exactly right. You're exactly right. So to answer your question, can you buy food on the Sabbath day? According to what we just read. Huh? Let's read it over again. I want you to give me a yes.
And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals on the Sabbath day to sell.
They bring you product, some type of item, whatever it may be. Read.
That we would not buy it of them on the Sabbath.
The we. This is the Israelites talking amongst each other. We are not going to buy it on the Sabbath day. That's right. So now let me ask, on Saturday. So now, you asked me a question. Can you go buy Olive Garden? Can you, according to what we just read, sir? No. Sure, you're right. No, we cannot go buy on the Sabbath day. That is against the Sabbath laws. That is now called sin. Now you got to understand, you remember it said we, meaning the Israelites was talking amongst themselves.
That's right.
Now you may see other nations, they doing that. But remember, we are a holy people. Right. We are a special people to God. Right. God gave us these commandments, right? And our job was to do what with the commandments? Then teach them to the other nations, right? If we was in rulership, we would teach to the other nations, nope, shut all your stores down on the Sabbath day. Shut them all down. God said no buying and selling on the Sabbath day, shut them all down. What happened? We fell into sin. We started following what they was doing. And we fell from that rulership. Now what? Now okay, he said he might want to take your friend out. Exactly. Let's go to Hebrews 10. Right. That's
when I get it out of there, I try to
follow it.
When you know better,
you do better. Exactly. And that's he will. And guess what? That's why we showing y'all this. That's why we showing y'all this, because our people don't know this. Our people ain't been taught this. Now you said you might want to take the lady friend out on Saturday. I'm gonna tell you what you can do on Saturday instead of taking them out. This is where you want to take your family or your lady friend. This is where you want to take your wife. I'm saying lady friend, but it's talking about marriage. This is where you want to take your wife and your family. Read it.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 10 and verse 25. Not forsaking the assemblings of ourselves together.
Don't forsake the assemblings of ourselves together. Now, we taught to go to church on Sunday. We read that Sabbath day, which is Saturday, is God's holy day. So where do you want to take your family? You want to bring them into the church on the Sabbath day. That's where you want to bring your wife. That's where your mind should be at. One day on Saturday. One day out of the week, God gave y'all this.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are how men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.